So let's say you found a skeleton. How would you tell it's a dinosaur? You personally, how would you decide?
Well, interesting question. I don't know. I'd have to do some research on that.
Village Power Judge. I'm Dapper Dinosaur. I'm here with Chesh, the Goblin, obviously, and we are here for Chesh's second ever Klingon lesson. The first one was just a Discord call between the two of us, but today we're stepping up to advanced level. Chesh, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that good, huh?
Yeah, that's how I feel about this. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good time.
Hey, remind me, there was some woman from Canada who was on a show with me a little while ago who voted for this twice. What was her name?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew any other Canadians.
Actually, I do, but I can't remember what her name was.
Man, I don't know.
I think it might have been Chesh.
I don't know. I don't watch your shows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically you were on this show, so.
What? There was another Canadian besides me?
Yeah, name Chesh, interestingly enough. Yeah.
There's a doppelganger of me running around. Actually, to be fair, there's like 4 of me. There's Chesh, there's Debate Hub, there's Manya, there's Manya, there's Manya. And there's sometimes you.
Yeah, sometimes I am you. It's true.
Oh, man.
Anytime you see someone typing as Chesh in Chesh's chat, it might just be me.
Anytime you see somebody typing as me in anyone's chat, it might be it could be anyone.
Technically, yeah. Well, not anyone. There's a finite number. All right, but
there's a finite number.
So in our first lesson, what we mostly did is we just went through the sounds of Klingon, and then we just read some sentences, not really caring what they said so much as just trying to get the pronunciation. But today,
you gotta go like and
some of those are actually even sounds in Klingon.
I tried.
Let's see. Flavius Josephus, the first century Jewish historian, for $5 says, "I can't wait to learn the original Klingon of the Hebrew Bible. Well, you, sir, are in luck, because guess what? Yeah, guess what? We're reading Jonah in Klingon.
You didn't even tell anybody that
Jonah
was exactly what we were doing, and they were just on point. Like, they just knew.
They knew.
They smelled it in the water.
All right, so this is, in fact, the Book of Jonah, translated by Mark Schulzen, a.k.a. Shakram. Now, I have not read all of this, so I cannot vouch for its quality in terms of accuracy. I have looked through it, and it does seem to be very good Klingon, because I do happen to know that Mark Schulzen is, in fact, quite good at Klingon. He's certainly much better than I am. So I'm expecting the Klingon to be on point. As far as the accuracy of the translation, I can't really speak to it. I have, however, looked over a few lines here and there, mostly at the beginning and at the end. And they did seem to be reasonable translations. So, yep. And I don't think this one translates the Hebrew word ish as rot, which is a mistranslation. So, that's good, because I did see that happening in a psalm that I checked on in Klingon. So, yeah. And then Flavius Josephus, the first century Jewish historian, joined the channel at the tetrapod level, which had to already be a channel number. Whatever, I don't care. I'm not going to worry about that. Chesh, would you like to read our first line of Klingon here? It's a very simple word.
With a Y?
Yep, right there.
I gotta make this bigger so I can see it. Oh, God. So is that just Yona?
Well, there's no apostrophe, so it's not Yona. It's
so it doesn't drop at the end.
Yeah, it's just Yona.
Yoda.
Yep, it's like Yoda, but with an N.
Is that Yoda? Do you remember that joke? Oh, man.
All right, so Jonah is just the name, so it is there are going to be some proper nouns here that we're not going to be able to find in any of our references for Klingon, because they're just proper nouns, right? So just like if you're searching through the dictionary in the French English dictionary, you're probably not going to pop across Jonah, but whatever, it's proper noun, it's fine. All right, well, let's get that second line in there. What do you got there, Chesh?
Okay, so with the M.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's M-U-G. Now, is the G making a J sound or a G sound?
Neither, because the G is not a standalone letter. It is always paired with that
Oh,
GH. So it's making
right.
a...
It's making a
Yeah.
Mugh. What?
No, it's not mugh. It's
Mugh.
moor.
Mugh. Oh, mugh.
Moor.
Mugh.
And then there's a W, an I, and an apostrophe.
W-I, and it's a capital I. There's no lowercase i's,
There
right?
is not a lowercase I. It's only the capital I, which is dumb, and I'm not going to pretend otherwise.
And I got my chart here.
All right.
My chart for verbs.
So how do we say that whole word?
Prefixes. Hold on, I gotta go back to the pronunciation of just the capital I.
That's going to be I. I.
Well, I mean, or you could just tell me the answer.
Well, I want the audience to be able to get through this reasonably quickly.
Oh, well, they've made a mistake. Okay, G-H-I as in... No, that's L. God damn it.
Yes.
Though I'm not gonna lie, the worst part about Klingon for me so far has been that, like, mixing up the capital I and the L.
Yeah, it was a really dumb decision by Mark Okrand. I'm sorry, Mark. I like your work, obviously, but like that was not a good call.
The capital I as in I like zucchini. That's the example the book gives. Why is that the example the book gives?
I don't know.
That's a decision that was made. That's for sure. So, what do we got? We've got M-U-G-H-W-I. And I don't think there's anything weird about W, right?
Nope. Also, there's an
Well, it's just
apostrophe.
word.
Don't forget the apostrophe.
Yeah, and the apostrophe indicates... yeah, it's a stop, right?
Yeah, it is a glottal stop. I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
so...
With
yeah.
Dutch Domestic T-Rex Tunicate for $2 says, Ultra French lesson when? If this makes $1,000 in chat revenue, I will go work on getting a Ultra French lesson together.
What is an ultra French lesson?
You don't want to know.
Huh?
You don't want to know. If you really want to know, which one you don't, trust me, I can send you a video that will explain what Ultra French is.
Ultra French.
Yeah. You don't want it.
Okay.
But we haven't got past our second word yet. Come on, what's our first?
Right. Sorry. M-U is so muh. Oh no, it's a noise, right?
It's like, but with your vocal cords going.
Well, and then the I is like I,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then it's got the stop on it, so it's muh, muh,
Mourouet.
muh.
Yeah, there you go. Now, what does that word mean?
Oh, I don't fucking have any idea.
Well, let's check. You got so the program I always recommend everyone get is Boqwit, which is B-O-Q-W-I apostrophe. It is I know it's available on Android. I think it's available on iPhone. And it has an up-to-date word list. So let's type in Mough, M-U-G-H.
M-U-G-H. Don't forget to not mess up your capitals.
Yeah, you get your capitals right, or it won't search correctly. It's case sensitive.
Translate is the word.
Okay, look down a little bit more too.
Magato.
Below that.
Subtitle.
Below that.
Translator.
Oh, look, it's the exact word we're looking for.
The capital I looks like an L because it doesn't have the little dinkies on the side. Yeah.
All right, so our translator is what this is telling us is Shakram.
Oh, that's the name of the person.
Mm-hmm. So
Hey.
we've now gotten past the title of the book and the list of who the translator is. This is
Don't make fun of me.
Jonah Mourouet Shakram. And then we can actually start with the first line of the actual text of Jonah in Klingon.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it once, and then we're going to go work through it.
Okay.
Ametai puklod rachbor Jonah et khum joch a edge ja.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I might be able to do 2 at a time.
Well, so Amitai is just another personal name.
Yeah. But the A is making an ah noise, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do with the
Amitai.
apostrophe at the front?
So actually, in English, you already put a glottal stop before vowel sounds in words that you think of as starting with vowels. So you just don't really have to worry about it if you're a native English speaker.
Get to ignore it.
Basically. All right,
Yahoo!
Rael Gatubello says, In chep du buk chach, itresh dak jang me et, which of course is Klingon for answers in Genesis are a bag of dicks.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean, technically it's bag of penises, but like whatever. I don't know.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I'm a little slow at looking at the chat.
It's okay. I got it. All right, so let's see if you can pronounce the first line.
Okay. So, ahmte.
Nope.
No.
There's no in there. You said
Amite.
ahmete.
Amite.
Amitai.
Amitai. Oh, right. Yes. Amitai. Is that an L or an I? That one's
It's
an
an
L.
L. It's an L.
That one's an L because it doesn't have the goobers.
Yes.
It's gotta have the goobers.
Okay. So what's the second word?
Okay, so that's Puqlo and QO. Wait. Yeah, QL. PUQL.
Then O and D.
I don't think I have just a regular Q, but it goes k, right?
Well, it goes to the back of your throat, so it's
K.
like the Arabic sound. Back of the throat. So
And the D is the drop D, right?
yeah, it's retroflex. So yeah, instead of putting your tongue right behind your front teeth, instead it goes straight up behind your alveolar ridge. So puk load.
Load.
Yeah.
Puk load.
All right.
I figured the way to be the most Klingon is just to be mad about it and be like, Puk load.
Yeah, it does help actually. Yeah, being angry helps.
Angry.
Mm-hmm. Can I change the display font? I don't actually know if I can. I can.
Oh, that is better.
Yeah. I don't know how to change the. Tell you what. Tell me how to change the display font in Opera, and I will change. I don't know off the top of my head. All right. So, what is our? So we've got Amitai, and then what's the next word?
So we're back to the right?
Okay. So yep.
And then capital H, which is the.
It's like the, but there's no vocal cords, so it's just. Yep.
So that we've got then
yep.
Boch.
Boch. There you go. Yep. Boch.
I was adding the H in there. Yep. No.
So, what is the whole word?
Boch.
Rachboch. So let's try Rachboch.
What?
That whole word is Rachboch.
Rachboch.
Yeah, pretty good. And then what's the next word? It's similar to the first word that we read, except there's an extra bit.
Jonah E?
No.
E with the eh. The E is on the other side. E is EY sound? A?
Yeah, an IY would EY would be A. IY would be E.
Jonah E.
Nope, Jonah E.
Jonah E. Oh, right, it's got the stops.
Yeah. And also
Jonah E.
Yeah. All right, so what's the next word? It's got that capital Q.
The capital Q is Wow, that paragraph doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, it's your tongue goes way back to your uvula, and you gotta have a lot of friction when you do it. Hum.
Okay, so this is whom.
Yeah, hum.
Yeah, the paragraph in here says Q. This is nothing particularly noteworthy in English.
Yep.
It is an overdone Klingon small case Q. It's identical to Q, except that it's very guttural and raspy and strongly articulated, somewhat like a blend of Klingon QH. I've got a book, Q capital H, I should say. I've got a book that is referencing Klingon to teach me Klingon.
Mhm.
That's not very nice book.
Well, so your tongue goes back to your uvula, and then you keep a lot of friction in there. So, whom.
Whom.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
And then the capital H we did already,
Yes.
right? Which is the.
But can you get the J right?
Oh no, I can't.
Well, let's try. Let's see what you
I
got.
never get the J right. Juice.
Yep,
Jo.
that's correct.
Jo.
No.
A.
Jo.
Jo.
Not ha. Jo.
Jo.
Jo. Good. There you go. Jo. All right. And then the next word.
So the E is stopped again.
Yeah, but it's at the beginning, so that's just how you normally do.
So I can ignore it.
Basically, yeah.
And that's a J.
Mhm.
So that's gonna be edge. No.
Yes, edge.
Juice?
It's edge. Yeah, edge.
Ja.
Ja. With
It's
a.
ja.
All right. So the whole line again is Amitai plod rachbor Jonah et chum joch edge ja. All right. So now we're gonna see if we can't translate this. So Amitai is just a name. That's a guy's name. So
Yeah.
let's see. Puklod. Can we figure out what Puklod is?
We're gonna find out.
Yes, we are.
Let's see. P U Q. That one's an L. Son. This person's son.
Mm-hmm.
Is this guy like? Is this gonna be Jonah's? The son of this guy?
It's going to be yes, but don't get ahead of
Hey.
yourself, because now we have to
Oh.
figure out what Rachbo is. Because Puklod, so Amitai Puklod means Amitai's son, or the son of Amitai.
B-O.
This one's going to be a little tricky.
Oh,
So
he, she, him, her.
yeah, so Rach is a pronoun that refers to beings that can speak. So we're talking humans, Klingons, Romulans, gods, demons. If they can talk, Rach is appropriate. If it can't talk, then we use a different pronoun, which is Och. But we won't worry about that too much. And also, thank you very much to Joshua Geese, who just gifted 5 Dapper Dinosaur memberships.
Hey, thanks.
All right, so Rach. Now this is tricky, so I'm going to walk you through this one.
Okay.
You're going to want to search for dash bowl on there.
QUM is communicate. What am I looking for? Dash Q. What?
Dash bowl. Dash BOGH.
Dash.
Because bowl is actually a verbal suffix.
Oh, be born.
No, that's not. You want the dash because this is a suffix.
Oh, which?
Yeah. So what this is actually setting up a relative clause. So whatever the subject of this verb is going to be part of a subordinate clause, right?
Right.
So, and Jonah, so Jonah is the subject of Rach, which is functioning like a verb in this sentence, even though normally it's a pronoun. The personal pronouns in Klingon can be the verb in a sentence if that verb is just stating that something is something else, right? Like,
right.
if I said, this is a table, pointing to a table, I'd say, Ram och, not ram et. Och is standing against the word for is, even though it's also the word for it. So, Jonah is the subject of Rachbo. The way the subordinate clause works is the word with et is the head of that clause. So it's Jonah, who is the son of Amitai, or who was the son of Amitai.
Right.
And that's going to be our object for this whole sentence.
Right.
And the main verb is the next word, whom.
Which is communicate.
Yes. Terrador's final form for 100 Argentinian pesos says, we finally see Chesh without her human suit.
Hello.
Yes.
It is me.
All right, so remember, Klingon goes object, verb, subject. So whoever did the communicating, they did it to Jonah, who is the son of Amitai. So who did the communicating?
Who did the communicating?
It's the next word.
Oh, no. Yeah, is that still Jonah again? He did the communicating?
Nope, because the next word is the subject, joch. So what's joch?
I need to stop locking my phone.
Yes.
Is that a capital H, right? Capital
Yes,
H.
it is.
Capital H.
I will warn you right now that if you search for the entire word, it probably won't come up as a single word. It'll come up as
I mean, it says Lord or Lady for Joe.
Yep. And
And does it need the apostrophes?
Yes, the apostrophes are letters.
Okay. The apostrophes are letters. Okay, well, there isn't one.
That's right.
For just apostrophe A apostrophe.
But what if you did dash apostrophe A apostrophe? Because it seems like it's a suffix here.
It's a suffix?
Mhm.
Ooh. Argumentative? Or interrogative?
So that's augmentative, not argumentative.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Man, I can't read.
So augmentative means it's
I can't read English.
it's more important or bigger or better. So this is joch is Lord, and joch means you're putting an augmentative here. So this is the Lord, like as in God.
Oh.
Right. So
I'm slow on the pickup.
This whole bit, Amitai puklor rachbor Jonah et joch means God communicated to Jonah, who is the son of Amitai. That's what that whole sentence there is. And then there's the, then we got the comma, edge jot. So that's just two very easy words. Edge is and, that connect. It's a conjunction that connects sentences. And jot is just say, right? And because the subject is presumed to be the Lord, who's doing the communicating in the previous sentence, because that is a third person singular subject, and there's no particular object mentioned, there's the zero prefix is used. We don't have an audible prefix, so it's just jot, which in this context means and he said.
So are we at basically the sentence is saying Jonah, the son of Amitai, was like the God was communicating with him?
Yes, but it's in the active here. So God is communicating to Jonah, who is the son of Amitai. And he said.
He said.
Yes,
oh, is that why this
jot.
is we got the little dashies here because it's a quote?
Yeah. So because the apostrophe is a full blown letter in Klingon and not a punctuation mark, it gets confusing if you use regular quotation marks. So Klingon speakers have adopted the angled brackets instead of quotation marks to keep it less ambiguous.
Okay.
All right. So
fair enough. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You got to use something. There's also a super chat.
Oh. No, I read that super chat.
Did you?
Yeah. Finally, we see Chesh in her human suit.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
That's okay.
I'm having a day, man.
It happens.
I was at a crazy stream earlier today.
All right, so what is? Oh, yeah. What is our next word?
So capital S. I want to look up the U first. Ooh. It's just ooh, right? So is that such? I'm never getting anywhere.
You are.
I'm a failure. S is the sound halfway between English S and SH. syringe, or shuttlecock. Those are the fucking.
Okay, look.
fun.
Put your tongue in the same place as you did for the d sound.
Shoo,
Yeah, there you go.
shoo,
Yeah,
shoo.
there you go. All right,
I'm trying my best.
All right, well, let's get that next word in there.
Okay, that's a yi. Is yi its own? I don't think so, right?
That's just a y sound followed by the I sound.
Wait, why is y not here?
It should be. It's a sound. It's just the same as the English Y.
Oh, it's up there. Oh, in yodel, as in yodel or joy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yodel?
Yep.
Oh, you mean with the I. Yeah. And then like a ooh with a drop.
So what's the whole word?
Yehu.
All right. So that's the whole sentence. Let's try to translate it. So what is shuch?
All right. Shuch is S-U. Oh, hold on. That's a capital S-U capital H. Ready or standing by.
Okay.
And then Y capital I.
So that's a prefix. So what I want you to do is go to the prefix charts in Boquet.
The prefix chart. I have that right here. Oh wait, that's the verb one.
So only verbs get prefixes anyway. So don't worry. Prefixes, it's going to be on a verb.
Oh, is it just the Oh, okay. I for that's a noun. S-A.
So ye shows up a
S-U
few times.
is you.
Well, so this
plural.
is we're looking for ye here.
Oh.
So remember, shuch, we already figured out what that means. That means, you know, like ready or at attention or.
Okay, so I'm looking for Y-I.
Yep, it should show up 3 times in the chart under the imperative section. This is a command. So God is commanding Jonah to do something.
I need a different chart than the one that I had.
Let's check on chat. How's everybody doing? Hey, if you have questions about Klingon, this would probably be a good time to put them in the chat. And especially if you definitely want them to not be missed, either tag me or super chat at me, because I will be much more likely to see those.
Okay, so it's not in the book chart, but it is in the, or at least not the one I was on.
It's in the book,
but
it's just not in exactly the same place, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's just in a different spot. Y-I is in him, her, it, for both you and you plural.
Right, or it's you singular with no object. So this is a command to do something, either to him, her, or it, or to no one. So we're not sure yet, so we have to check on the verb. We know it's a command to Jonah.
Yeah.
And we check for a verb that's who. There's a noun, but that's probably not it,
right.
because we have a verbal prefix on it, so it has to be the verb form of who.
C?
C? No.
Oh, never mind. That was like the.
You're looking at whom it.
Ignore me. Don't listen. Don't worry about it.
You just want HU apostrophe. Well, capital HU apostrophe.
Yeah.
Who.
Yeah.
There should be 2 entries, but one is a verb.
Up.
Yep. So it's basically God is in saying shuch yehu. God's saying,
Hey,
get ready, get up. So now we have, so far, we've got Amitai Puklod Rachbor Jonah et Choch Ejja Shuch Yehu. So God came to Jonah, who was the son of Amittai, and he said, get ready and get up. Now, Nineveh is Nineveh, so that's just the name of a city, Nineveh.
DHU.
So DAQ, doc. What's what do we got for that?
There's site and location for noun.
Well, is this a noun on its own, or is it attached to a noun, making it a suffix?
If it is a suffix, then we're getting.
Kip should be here, but he's a bit busy today.
Oh. Locative?
Yes, so that is a locative suffix. That means that whatever's happening, it's happening around Nineveh.
Oh, okay. In that area.
Right. So whenever you have a noun plus doc, it means that it's in, on, or around that thing. And there are ways if you need to disambiguate, right? So usually what you do is you just assume it's whatever meaning is the most reasonable from the context. And if the speaker has a specific meaning that is not obvious, then they will give that, right? So like if normally you would think that this would mean, near, but they really want to say inside, there's a word they can use to actually specify inside instead of just near. But in many cases, context is enough. So Ninve Dak, so around Nineveh, or to Nineveh, we're not sure yet.
No.
Beng, our next word. Beng.
Beng. V-E-N-G. No capitals.
No capitals, not today.
Not this day. City.
Stop bullying Chesh. No, bully Chesh more. Bully Chesh with super chat, so I have to read them to her.
So I can ignore you and then be like, hey, there's a super chat. Veng is city.
Yes. So, what's our next word?
I don't know, I need more hot water. I gotta turn a light.
Oh my goodness.
I can't see shit. All right, as if being able to see is gonna help me. Okay, that's a T. Wait, is that a T?
It is a T. It looks like a cross for some reason, but it's a T.
Yo, why does it look like that?
I don't know. Maybe Shekram up here is a Catholic, is a Christian, and so they wanted to use a very cross-looking T.
All right, and the I makes an I noise.
Well, it makes an E noise.
Tin.
Yeah, tin.
Duck.
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 Yep. So tin duck.
Tin duck.
So what's tin? Because that duck is just the same as the first duck.
T-I-N.
Capital I-N.
Is there a lowercase I?
No, but if you search lowercase I in bulk quit, it'll screw up.
So there's be big, and then there's area.
It's big.
That's if there's a G on the end.
It's be big because this is a
be big.
That verb is functioning as an adjective. So it's Veng Tin, the big city.
Oh, okay.
So Veng Tin, or in this case probably the great city.
Sure.
Dot. So this is another locative phrase that we're just stacking on top. So at or around Nineveh,
nearby the great city,
the big city, right?
Hey, get up. Go do a thing.
Right. So that's where the thing is happening. What is the next word?
Y-I. Yeah.
Suddenly, Shesh dies of trying to pronounce Klingon. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Hosh. Yeah. Yehosh. So we already saw ye as a prefix, right, before?
Yeah.
Remember, that was the imperative. So this is, once again, God telling Jonah to do something. So what's the verb that he's telling Jonah to do?
So that'll be G-H-O. No, that was the imperative, right?
No, the ye is the imperative. So yeah, you do want to search for G-H-O-S.
Okay. And then it is capital S.
Oh, Jillian,
approach.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Go on.
Approach.
Okay. So.
Or go away from, apparently. Or proceed.
So we'll go with proceed, I think.
I mean, there's another verb for thrust, but I doubt that's what God is saying.
Probably not thrust. So
probably not thrust yet.
So because it's go or proceed, what God is saying is go to Nineveh, to the great city. Right? Ninve Dak. That's to, in this case, it's to Nineveh because that's the location you're going to. Vengtin Dak, which is just another way of saying Ninve Dak. So go to Nineveh, to the great city. And then we get edge again, which is again just and.
Right.
Okay.
Go to the great city and
And so
Edge.
then the next
Edge.
edge, not edge.
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 Yes.
Edge.
It's like edge, like EDG, EDGE in English. Ochvad. Yeah, so it's Ochvad.
Ochvad. OH.
Also saying, Jillian, keep up with the updates on knitting. Sewing updates. Sewing updates, not knitting, sorry.
Sewing. Ooh. Nice. It comes with a phrase that starts with it looks like shoch vad pach viljath. No, that's an I. Vijat.
Well, let's just try searching for oh.
And it says, I have nothing to say to you, human.
Nice. But let's just try searching for oh. Apostrophe OH.
Apostrophe OH. It.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then.
And so this, because this is a suffix, you're going to want to put the dash in front of it when you search.
Dash.
Yep.
4. Oh, that's the noun. Hold on. Yeah, no, it just comes up with the.
Hey, Jake, insert clever dapper inside joke here. Nelson has become a member at the tetrapod level. Welcome.
Hey, welcome.
So if you do dash VA capital D, should come up with something.
Dash VA capital D comes up with 4. FOR.
Say again what you're searching for.
FAD.
No, V.
Oh, sorry, VAD. Comes up with 4.
Yeah, 4.
I typed it right. I just said it wrong.
Okay. All right. So ochvad. So for it, or to it, in this case, yijach.
Yijach.
And jach it can mean scream, shout, or proclaim loudly. So this whole line here says, "Shuch yehu ninvai dak veng tin dak yehosh edge ochvad yijach." So get ready, get up, go to Nineveh, to the great city, and proclaim to them, or proclaim to it, because the city is the subject, but to them would probably be more natural in English.
Scream.
And proclaim to them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if we read the whole thing, because we're at the point where we could read that whole thing, you know, Amitai puklod chachbor yona et chum toch edge ja. Truch yehu. So, God said to Jonah, who was the son of Amittai, God spoke to Jonah, who was the son of Amittai, and he said, get ready and get up, go to Nineveh, to the great city, and say to it, or proclaim to it. Okay. So you can see how we're definitely translating Jonah here. Right? Like, this is how Jonah starts. If you're familiar with the book of Jonah, I suppose. All right.
Yeah.
So what is our third line start with?
A J.
Yes, it does. What's the whole word, though?
No.
Jich?
Oh!
Jich? Da. Can you do it?
Da.
Not tach. Da.
Da. Da. Da.
So jich dak.
Jich dak.
Okay. So that's to me or around me. So what's our next word?
Mo.
Yeah, shishputmo.
I got it so wrong, Dapper's just like, I don't even.
Mirachchaj. Let's try that again. Oh, nope, she left. She left. Mirachchaj. It's a fun word.
Say it again. I had to go get my hot water that I set up a minute ago.
Mirachchaj. Mirachchaj.
Mirachchaj.
Yeah. All right, so that's a short three-word sentence. So, jich is just me or I. So jich dak to me.
To me.
Hitch. What's that word? This is a verb.
This is the capital SICH. Reach.
Klingon sounds like someone clearing their throat. A little bit.
It's a little bit sounding like sneezing. It's a little bit sounding like clearing your throat. It's a little bit sounding like just,
Every
yelling.
sound in Klingon is a sound that is in some natural, real-world human language.
What? Oh.
What? It's true.
And you're not wrong.
There are no sounds in Klingon that are not a part of someone's language, that they actually speak for real as their regular old language.
You want to know what I know about Jonah?
Sure.
The pirates who don't do anything. They just stay home and lie around. And if you ask them to do anything, they'll just tell you they don't do anything.
Okay. But what does shich mean?
Reach.
Okay. Yep. So we got for 100 Argentinian pesos. Terador's final form says, I almost started learning Klingon, but I wanted a challenge, so I started Navajo instead. And I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's like, yeah. I don't know Navajo. I'm sorry. Look, there are more Navajo speakers where I live than there are Klingon speakers, so maybe I should pick up some Navajo.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're here for. We're not here for Dapper tries to learn Navajo. We're here for Chesh tries to learn some Klingon. So what does the suffix poop mean?
Dash pu. Plural? Beings capable of learning language?
Well, that would be if it were a noun, but this is a verb.
Perfective is the verb.
Yes, so this is a completed action. And in order to actually understand the whole verb, we also need the suffix mo.
Mo. M-O apostrophe. M-O apostrophe. Cage? That's
Put
the
the
noun?
dash there.
Oh.
Dash M-O apostrophe.
Because?
Yes. Yes. Okay, so.
Go to this guy. The Lord said to this guy who was this guy's dad, go to this place in this area and shout at them because.
Okay, so. Shiputmo means he, she, or it has because he, she, or it, or they have reached. What have they reached? To me, Jechdak. So.
Oh, right.
Jechdak Shiputmo, because it has reached me. What is it? It's Mirachchaj, which is not going to be something that's going to be easy to figure out. So I will just tell you that Mirach is like evil as a noun. And the only thing you're going to look up there is the chaj. So dash
Their
C-H-A-J.
evil has reached me. Their evil actions. Their evil deeds.
Yes.
C-H-A-J.
So in conclusion, this whole first sentence, because that's technically all one big sentence that is there. So Amitai Puklod Rachbor Jonah et Khunjoch Edja Shuch Yehu Ninvedak Veng Tindak Yehosh Edge Ochvad Yejach Jichtach Shichputmo Mirachchaj. So here we have God communicated to Jonah, who was the son of Amittai, and he said to him, get ready and get up, go to Nineveh, to the great city, and proclaim to them, because their evil has reached me.
Wow. Well, great lesson, Dapper.
We struggled through our way through an entire sentence worth of Klingon. Now, to be fair, that was a very complicated sentence.
In my defense, I have a 62 IQ.
That's true. You do have a 62 IQ, and you're only 17. And also shrinking somehow.
Gotta be smaller to dance on the chair.
All right. So, oh my goodness, this is an eyeball, like a horror show. All right. So now my next question is to the audience. Please tell me to what degree you followed any of that, because
On
I
a scale
feel like
of me to dapper.
yes.
Let's go.
So, some of the things that we got through here that are interesting bits are relative clauses. So, in the first section, Amitai Puklod Rachbo Yona Et. Some of the things we make important are Rachbo sets up this verb as a subordinate verb, which means that its clause is actually just a big part of another sentence or of the rest of the sentence.
I don't know if they're saying that Chesh level is level 1 or -1.
Chesh now knows less about Klingon than before.
Mm-hmm. That's how learning
doing a pretty decent job teaching. All right, so there's the suffix et that gets put on the end of Yona. So Yona et, that et right there is a suffix that is the topic marker, and it can be used discursively to indicate that some item is something that you should already know about, and that it is the topic and not the comment of the sentence. But that's pretty complex and has to do with stuff like pragmatics and stuff we're not going to get into right now. Because, Chesh, what is linguistics pragmatics? Exactly. We're not going to get into that right now. This is not the venue for that right now. Okay, but in this case, et also can mark the head noun of a clause. So, for instance, let's say that it actually marked Amitai Puklod, the son of Amitai. So, if it had been Amitai Puklod et Rachbor Yona et Humjoch a, then it would be God communicated to the son of Amitai, who was Yona, which in this case isn't a big difference. But if it had been a different verb, right? Like, let's say we put in kit, which is hit. So now it says, Amitai Puklod kitbo Yona et hum joch a. That would be God communicated to Jonah, who hit Amitai's son. Right? So that's now Jonah is someone who's, I guess, punching Amitai's son for some reason in this case, where we changed the verb to kit.
What if you wanted to change the first sentence to say, talking about Amitai instead of Jonah?
And you could put Amitai et. So Amitai et Puklod Rachbo Yona hum joch a would be God communicated, or well, the Lord communicated to Amitai, who's God communicated to Amitai. So God communicated to Amitai, who was, or sorry, whose son Jonah was, is how that would end up being translated.
It's a little trickier than it seems, because like just I mean, I guess theoretically you could just switch their location in the thing, but
so
obviously
the noun with et becomes the actual object of the verb in this case, right? So if we switch it to Amitai et, then it's God talking to Amitai, and so that was God talked to Amitai, whose son was Jonah.
Right.
All right. So, and then edge ja is just and he said. That's as simple as it can possibly get. So after you use edge ja, the next thing that comes is whatever you're directly quoting. So you just quote the thing. That's why we have the little angle bracket things here going on. That's just the quote marks.
Our crew on Lexington does not have a human. Correct.
That's not true. The main cast.
Our main cast.
Yeah, the main cast has no humans, but the crew does.
Right. Well, I think Jillian is a human, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who I believe you owe me art of.
Yes, I'm about halfway done.
You said that several days ago.
Correct.
Okay.
I did.
No progress.
No.
We're gonna need it before the next game, you know.
I got a whole week.
My good.
Yo,
It's never
what-
gonna happen.
Listen, I've been going through it. You saw those screenshots.
You could have just ignored it.
I know.
Hmm? Okay.
It can't. It
Okay.
hurt my feelings.
All right, well, then let's get to the next line, starting with ach, joch, vo.
Ash joch avo.
Keep going.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not done.
Ta shish. Is that shish?
It's tarshish.
Shish.
Tar.
Duck.
Well, rrr, when you do it.
Duck.
Tarshish.
Tar shish.
So that's Tarshish is another noun, proper noun. That's Tarsus. It's a city.
Yes.
So ach, joch, vo.
Goch. Shaw.
How. There's an apostrophe, so it's not just how. It's how.
How?
Mech.
What?
How mech.
Where are you looking? I don't see an M.
I'm seeing it.
Oh,
after
I was looking down a line. I was looking at GHOSBOGH.
Yeah, we're a line up from that. So ach, joch, vo, Tarshish, dat, how mech, hu, Jonah.
Mech. Ho Jonah. Ha mech. Ho. Hu. Hu.
Okay, so let's start with ach. That's just a simple word that means but. Like the
Like.
not but like you sit on, but
Oh.
with one T.
That's less fun.
Well, I mean,
Ha mech. Ho.
so joch vo. So we already know what joch is, right?
Joch vo.
Vo. Gonna make sure you get that glottal stop in there.
Vo.
Right. So we already know joch is the Lord, right?
Oh, right.
So we really want to look. All we really need to want to look up there is the vo.
So if I wanted to like pseudo curse in Klingon and I wanted to say good God, I would say Maj
No,
Jo.
no, no. That would not work. You would say.
Wow.
So maj is an exclamation. It's not actually the adjective for good.
Oh.
So the adjective for good is
What is an explanation of? Because that might still work.
it's an exclamation of like satisfaction of things being.
Oh, okay. So it'd
Yeah.
be like good for sex, but not good for saying "oh God" and sex, but it wouldn't be good for like being exasperated.
Yeah. If you were exasperated, if you just want to say "good God," referencing the idea that God is good, then it would be "hunkak," which is literally
my
good God.
dad. How did we get here?
But anyway,
And
we know joch is the Lord. So what's vo?
Yeah.
That's going to be a dash first, because remember you're looking at a suffix.
Dash first. Do 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 VO apostrophe. From?
Yes, but from God is our
Mm,
first two words. So and then we know that Tarshish is just a city, and we already know
Right.
what Dak is, right? Because it's come up a few different times.
apostrophe ACH.
What are you looking up?
Huh? Huh?
What are you looking
I
up?
was looking at ACH.
AC. Oh, apostrophe ACH. That's but. Like
Right.
BUT.
Yes.
So, and we know that Tarshish is a city. So that's you're not going to be able to find it in the dictionary. It's just the name of a city. And we
Right.
know that dash DAQ Dak is that locative one again.
Right. The location.
Right. So far what we have is but from God to Tarsus, and then Hauptmech.
How meh.
So the first one we want to look up is Haupt.
AW. Flee, get out.
Yep. And
It's got
then
that apostrophe. ME capital H. A bridge of a ship.
well, it's going to be a verb in this case because the mech is a verbal suffix, which means for the purposes of or
For the purpose of.
because of so then hu is a verb
Right. There we go. Days?
No.
Get up.
Get up.
Right, we did this one
Yep.
already.
And so the subject of that is just Jonah. So Jonah.
Right.
So ach doch vo tarshish dak mech Jonah. So Jonah
Get up and get
up.
out of this place.
Well, so it's Jonah got up to
Yep.
flee from the Lord to Tarsus. So in our first sentence, God is saying, hey, Jonah, go to Nineveh and proclaim to them or preach to them because their evil has reached me. But Jonah got up to flee from the Lord to Tarsus. So this is Jonah saying, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm going to Tarsus.
That matches
instead.
the VeggieTales story. This track so far.
I do like that your primary interaction with the text of Jonah is the VeggieTales version.
That's because the
appreciate
VeggieTales
that.
version is the best version of any Bible bits.
I mean, it's hard to argue against that.
Except for the new VeggieTales, which we watched.
We did watch it.
Time,
And it was
bad.
Yeah, it was not as good. Not as good at all.
It was not fun. It was just depressing.
Yeah. How did that even come up? I think we just noticed that it was on Netflix and we're like, all right, we're watching some VeggieTales.
We gotta see. Because they got bought by something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it was Netflix. I think Netflix bought them or got the distribution rights or something.
And everybody likes to make fun of all of like the media done in Christianity and it all being bad or like bad.
But VeggieTales was great.
VeggieTales is like the exception. VeggieTales is fantastic.
Yeah.
VeggieTales is basically like Animaniacs for Bible stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, they do some good versions of Bible stories. I'm not going to pretend they don't.
Less violent than Animaniacs, but well, fair.
Which is odd because the Bible is more violent than Animaniacs in many cases.
Well, yeah, right? But, you know, cartoon violence. Like, we never see, like, Larry get chopped in half or anything like that. He gets threatened to get chopped in half. That almost happens. He almost gets burned alive, too.
Yeah. All right, so we got to the point where Jonah is like, nah, I'm out. Not doing it.
Nah, nope.
All right, so remember, this mech suffix it basically says, well, first we're going to go over a little bit of like grammar, where things go, right? So ach is just connecting the two sentences with a but meaning, right? So it's not what you would expect. Instead, something else happened. So ach.
Right.
Okay.
But Jonah did this thing, but he only listened to half. He got up, but then didn't go to the place.
What we want to do is take a look at the next three words. So these are both words that, because they are centering, they're giving you like adjectival information, not adjective, sorry, adverbial information, right? They're modifying how the verb is interpreted. So they go at the beginning of the sentence, along with any actual adverbs, right? So adverbs, things that tell you where the action happens, from where the action is going, to where the action is going, or I think I said when the action is happening, things like that, all go at the beginning of the sentence. Then, yes?
I have an idea.
Okay.
What if we took VeggieTales songs?
Translated them into Klingon?
Translated them into Klingon.
I mean, it would be fun.
It would be fun.
It would be. I would consider it.
And we'd have to try to sing them.
So, that's actually the first three words after ach. And all modify hu. They tell you stuff about what hu is for. So if it's just Jonah hu, that would just be Jonah got up, which, okay, whatever. But why did he get up? He got up to flee. Flee from what? He fled from the Lord. Where did he flee to? So you see how all of those first three words are modifying hu. They're telling you stuff about the action of the verb hu, which is get up in this case. So he got up so that he could flee to Tarsus from the Lord, or flee from the Lord to Tarsus, whatever, it doesn't really matter. All right, so edge, we already know that word, right?
Yes.
That's just and we're connecting some sentences. So I'm going to read this whole line, and then we're going to go through. Edge yapo dak hier edge Tarshish dak hoshboch duj etsham. Let's hear you try to read those there, Chesh.
Hiya, Jackie. Edge hash dog. Dich.
Wait, hold on. Start back at edge and go again.
Edge. Wait, did I jump a line?
I think you did. It's
Oh, I
edge
jumped a line.
yapo doc
Sorry, I went
here.
a line that's yapo doc. Hush it. No.
Slow down. It's fine. Here.
Here. Oh. Here. Edge. And then Tarsus. Da. Ho. Bach.
Bowl.
Bowl. Oh, that that one makes sense to me. Goh. Boh. No. Juice.
Ooch.
Sam.
Sham. Sam. Sham. So, edge yapo doc here, edge Tarshish doc, Hoshbo, Duch et Sham. So, Yapo is another city. So that's that in English is Joppa. So Yapo. That's so, and remember Jop is our locative. So and to Joppa here. What's that one?
GH capital IR.
Mhm.
GH capital IR. Descend.
Yes. So and he descended to Joppa. Edge Yopa duck here, and he descended to Joppa. Edge, we know that one. That's just and we know Tarshish duck. So that's to Tarsus.
He descended to Tarshish.
Nope, he descended to Joppa.
Joppa.
So Yapo is just this person's transliteration of whatever the Hebrew is for Joppa. So Edge Yapo Jop here is and he descended to Joppa.
Okay.
And then we have Edge, so that's another and.
Yeah.
So we already know that's to Tarsus or at Tarsus or something like that, right?
Right.
So what's Hoshbo?
GHO. Well, there's the noun and then the verb.
Well, this is going to be the verb.
So the verb is the you, plural, or not.
No, we're not looking for a ho. We're looking for a hosh as the whole verb.
Oh, okay. Capital H.
And it's not thrust.
Oh, capital S. Oh, approach.
Yeah.
We did this one, right? To approach. To go.
Proceed to, okay.
B-O-C-H.
But it's a hosh bowl. And we've already seen bowl before.
Which is which.
Yeah, so it's indicating to us that this verb is part of a subordinate clause, with the head noun being duch et. Because remember, the et tells us which verb or which noun is actually going to be the head of this clause. So duch
Right.
et. So what's duch?
It's the capital D-U-J. D-U... Oh, no, J. Ship?
Yes, it could be instincts, but it's not in this case.
Instinct wouldn't really make some contextual...
Right. And then
Yeah.
sham is just a verb for to find. Right. And it's not,
So it's not saying
yeah, it's to find something that you were looking for specifically.
locate. Yeah, seek
so-
and find.
There are two verbs that usually get translated as find in Klingon. One is tu, and one is sham. Tu is what happens when you come across something that you weren't particularly looking for, but you found it anyway, right? Like, you were just walking through the woods and you found, I don't know, a bald eagle nest. You weren't looking for the bald eagle nest, but you found it anyway. That's tu.
Yeah.
Sham is when you're looking for something, like you're looking for your keys. And then you find your
I was looking
keys.
for keys and I found a bald eagle's nest.
Well, in that case, if you were looking for your keys, you would still tu the nest. But if you found your
Right.
keys, that's sham. So he's found something. What has he found? Well, it's the head noun of the clause, duj. So he found a ship that
Was going
to Tarsus,
so he went down to this place
to Joppa.
and found a ship that went to this other place.
Yes, that went to Tarsus.
Yeah.
So remember, before in that line, he got up to flee from the Lord to Tarsus. Okay, so he went down to Joppa, and he found a ship going to Tarsus.
Yesterday,
Mhm.
somebody asked me, I saw a chart that made me very upset. And it was like different characters smash cut into saying that these characters are these characters. That this person is actually just this person, and this person is actually just this person. And it was like Sora and Roxas and like Kingdom Hearts stuff. And then somebody in my house had the audacity to ask me who this other guy is and why he looks like this guy. And I had to go on like an hour-long diatribe about the lore of Kingdom Hearts, and I'm pretty
Oh,
sure I had a
no.
brain aneurysm.
I mean, the
Like,
lore of
I had
Kingdom
to
Hearts will do that to you.
I started actually getting dizzy, and my head
Oh,
started
no.
throbbing, and my eyes started twitching, and I'm like, I have to stop. I can't explain this. It's too insane. I can't. My brain is currently doing a little bit better today, but good God, does it feel full.
Well, hey, we're past the halfway part because I don't plan on this going more than 2 hours.
Yahoo!
Which also, by the way, my new computer might show up at any minute now. So, like,
Yeah.
I might have to get up and go deal with that.
Yahoo!
But,
Thanks everybody for helping with that.
oh, yeah, seriously, it's gigantic. All right, so let's see the next. So the next line, I'm going to read it once, and then we'll see if you can go through it.
Okay,
Edge.
which one is where? Oh, the C, the H U C H. Got
Yes.
it. Okay.
Edge húrdad dil, edge joch vo tarshish dak chach, edge mech och el.
Edge hush
Hooch.
dodge.
Not hoosh.
Hooch.
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 Yeah.
Hooch. Dodge. Edge.
No, it's dil.
Dill.
D-I-L.
Edge. Jo. Vo.
Not
We did
vo.
before, right? It's a Jo. What?
Vo.
Vo.
Yep. Can't forget the apostrophe. So it's not.
Jo.
Vo.
Jo. Vo.
Yep.
Tarshish. Doc. Chach?
Yes, chach.
Hey. Oh, I know this one. It's I know the noise.
Yep. Tej mech.
Kej me.
Tej mech.
Kej mech.
Yeah.
Oh. L.
Yep. All right. So let's go
I know
through.
this one. I can do this sound.
Yeah, it's like the slushy S, except you start with a stop.
Yes.
Okay, so edge húchtad dil edge joch vo tarshish dak chach kejmech och el.
I think I read that faster than
You did.
the first one.
You are definitely improving.
Yay.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what húchtad means.
Okay. So that is capital H-U-C-H. Well, I mean, that's money. But with a capital D-A-J. Oh, so their money? Or
His
his
money. His money. So this is Jonah's money.
Jonah's money. So EJ is and, right?
Yes.
So and Jonah's money.
What's dil?
Oh, that's the wrong thing. D-I-L. Oh, pay.
So he paid his money.
Yeah. And then, and
Yeah. Although and then kind of works too because we're getting the sequence of events, you know. So we know Joch is from the Lord, right?
From the Lord.
And Tarshish dak is to Tarsus.
Yeah.
So it's chach.
They or them.
Yep.
And then T-L-H-E, right?
T-L-H-E-J, pledge.
E-J-M, E-J is a company.
Mm-hmm.
And then dash M-E capital H, right? 4, right? We covered that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then apostrophe O-H, it.
Yep.
And then apostrophe E-L. No, yeah, E-L, right?
E-L, yeah. Apostrophe E-L.
Oh, enter to go in?
Yeah. So, in total, it's, and he paid his money, and he went in so they could accompany him from the Lord to Tarsus. And they being the people running the boat, presumably. So basically, he found the boat, he paid his money, he got on the boat to, so that the sailors could accompany him from the Lord to Tarsus. Is the grammar working for you so far? Do you understand why it means those things? I can't hear you. I see you speaking, but I hear nothing.
God went to Tarsus?
No. Jonah. Jonah is still
Jonah went to Tarsus. Okay, Jonah got on a boat. He went from this place, got to this place. He found a ship that was going to this place, and he paid his money, and from the Lord went into Tarshish.
Not quite. So, and he paid his money, and he entered the boat, entered it, so that they could accompany him from the Lord's presence, or from the Lord to
running
Tarsus.
From the Lord to Tarsus.
Tarsus, right. Okay. So, is the grammar jiving for you? Do you get why it means those things?
Yeah, I under that sentence like threw me off a little bit, but I understand like grammatically as best as I ever understand grammar.
Okay. All right. So our next line is ach. So we're starting with but. Uh-oh.
But ach. Bik a duck.
Shush a.
Shush a.
Kashmoch.
Kashmo.
Moch.
Moch.
Kashmoch.
Moch.
Ah. All right. So, what is biqada?
B-I-Q. Water?
Yep. Bit
Water.
is water.
Water.
Remember, is an augmentative, right? It makes it bigger or greater or more important. So
the big water
means the sea or the ocean.
Right.
And
then DAQ is the location.
Right. So on the ocean, but on the ocean.
But on the ocean, the wind.
What? It's not just a wind. It's
blow.
A great wind.
Great wind.
Yes.
QA capital S? Is that right?
Yep. Hush.
Well, I mean, I do like that mock shung. Mock shung is bee and wasp. That's kind of cool.
But what's hush?
I don't know yet. I mistyped and got bees instead.
Bees are cool.
It was recently International Bee Day.
Oh, well, congrats to all the bees.
Yeah, we need more bees.
And all the apiarists. My uncle was an apiarist.
I would love to work with bees. I've been working on making more space for bees in my backyard very slowly. But I'm doing my best.
Good.
Capital S. Occur?
Yes, or happen.
QAS. Occur or happen?
But we have a suffix here. What's the suffix mean? Moch.
M-O-H. Cause.
Yes.
It's a verb.
And so we know the subject is Joch the Lord. So
yes.
This whole sentence is, but on the ocean.
Caused a great wind to blow on the ocean.
Or to happen, basically, yeah. The Lord caused a great wind to happen. So Jonah gets on the boat, but on the ocean, the Lord causes a great wind to happen. But on the ocean, a great wind, causes to happen, the Lord. So the Lord causes a great wind to happen on the ocean. Or on the ocean, the Lord causes a great wind to happen. You know, the word order is a little flexible in English, so we don't worry too much. All right, so the next line is very simple. It's only 3 words, and only 2 of them are anything other than the word and. And we already know one of the words. So really the only word we're looking for is Jev.
Jev. G-E-V. Storm.
But look at it. It's not the noun. It's not a noun storm. It's the verb. So,
yeah, verb storm. Also, Jev, wheeze, breathe noisily.
Well, we're probably going to go with the first one on this one.
Oh, yeah.
So, Edge biqrak. And on the ocean, it stormed.
Ooh. So God sent a big wind
Yes.
to the ocean,
And on the ocean,
and
it
on the
stormed.
ocean it stormed.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to read the next line, and we're going to see how you do on the next line. Edge duj horlu net pech.
Edge duj holu
Horlu.
net horu
Horlu.
horu
Not horlu. Horlu. There's an apostrophe at their
Horlu.
end.
holu net pich.
Pech. All right. So, what are those words?
Pepper's just like, I'm taking a sip of my drink, and I'll also fuck you.
I didn't say that.
No, I could hear it.
All right. So, what does edge duj horlu net pech mean? What is let's start with edge. We know that word.
And
Okay. Duj.
DJ, the ship.
Okay. And horlu.
GHORLU. No. Okay, well, that's the imperative, right?
What? Okay,
GHO.
hold on. So, if you're thinking that ho is the prefix, then that would mean that the next syllable would be rlu, but that's not a valid syllable. Klingon always goes single.
Right.
Single. Every syllable in Klingon is going to start with a single consonant followed by a vowel or a diphthong. So rlu can't be a rlu couldn't be a syllable. So it can't be a horlu. It has to be a horlu, which means it can't be the suffix ho because that's a whole syllable. So you have to you want to look for hor.
Yeah, so break, GHOR, break.
Yep, break.
Or surface of a planet, which I don't think that's what it's talking about.
Yeah,
I don't think it's talking about like the surface of the ocean, right? It's talking about like
it's
break.
it's breaking.
Okay,
Especially since the next thing is a verbal suffix. Lu.
Okay, so that'll be dash LU apostrophe. Indefinite subject. So that's just specifying that.
So basically, that is it's similar to the passive voice, right? So horlu means and the ship was broken.
Oh.
Right, but we're not saying who broke it. All right. Net is so this is a special pronoun that refers to the previous whole sentence. So what you're saying is the next word, which is going to be a verb, pech here.
Yeah.
You're saying that the object of pech is the whole sentence of duj horlu. And so what's pech?
Well, it says to expect or be suspicious.
Right. So they expected, because we're talking about Jonah and the crew. They expected that the ship would break. Right? So because there's a storm, they're expecting the ship to break apart. So edge duj horlu, and the ship was broken or will break. Net that pech they expected. They expected that the ship will break or would break in this case. It's probably more natural for English. So now the crew's getting ship might break because of this big storm. No, not great. Edge bek haj edge joch pu chajvad jach hoch.
Edge bech haj bech haj.
Yep, haj.
Edge joch pu cha.
Not pu
chaj vad.
So say that whole word again.
What?
Say that whole joch pu chajvad.
Joch pu chaj. Is it charge vad?
Charge.
Charge.
Vad.
Charge vad.
Yep. All right.
Jach hoch.
Jach. Hoch.
Hoch.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
I'm doing my best.
You are. It's like it's a whole language. Not easy. No one said it was going to be easy to do a Klingon lesson.
You got me, or you got me on like, oh, let's do Klingon on a stream, and then
Mhm.
he's like, let's read the Bible.
Yeah. So here's the thing about why.
I'm gonna read the lyrics to Pokemon.
So here's why I chose this. Right. The Bible
God.
is going to have a wide variety of simple to complex sentences, and it's going to be sentences that are actually meaningful and are telling a story. And also, it's one of the few ways that I can, for free, get significant amounts of prose Klingon in a narrative format that we can go through and tell a story with, right?
I want to be the very best, like no one ever was.
Yeah, that
Here's
already
the
is
thing,
tough.
I can't
to
give
translate.
Zapper too hard of a time, or he's gonna assign me homework that says,
Mhm.
"All right, fine, you translate it then."
Yeah, basically. All right, so
I gotta walk a line.
so let's translate this. So, and this it might be that we only get through another like couple lines. I think we'll probably finish off this sentence, and we'll be more or less done. We might do one more sentence after. All right. So what is
the crew?
so yeah? Edge Beck, Hodge. So Beck is crewman.
Capital H-A-J. Oh, Dread.
Dread.
Ooh.
Right.
Dread. And something. It's so that's something to do with the Lord, right? So P
Edge
U,
Joel.
it's gonna be the P-U plural. Okay. And then apostrophe C-H, right? I'm losing it. Where am I?
Joel means lords. This pu is a plural suffix for beings capable of
plural.
language. So Joel lords. Chaj, we already saw that one. Remember what that one is?
No.
There.
Oh, right.
Okay. Zerlon says, if homework is needed, I still have all my Monster Hunter calls out that need to be translated. That can be your homework there, Chesh. All right. So, what does Chajvad mean?
Oh, no. I'm having fun with a goober here.
It is fun.
It is fun. Where are we? VAD?
Well, Chaj is their lords. And then Vod, we've already seen that one.
Be flexible.
No, it's a prefix. Or sorry, suffix.
Suffix. Oh, right, 4.
Right. Or 2. It can be 2 or 4. Jotch, we've already seen that one. It's scream.
Scream.
Och.
H-O-C-H. Everyone. So everyone screamed to the god.
To their gods. To their lords.
They're dreading.
Because okay, so
fear.
So it's not the crew that's dreading, right? So Bep is the object, right? So someone is dreading the crew. Bep means he dreaded the crew. So he is going to be Jonah. So Jonah's now scared of the
Jonah's
crew.
worried he's going to get thrown out of the boat.
Right. So, and they, and everyone, screamed out, cried out to their lords. So these are not people who are worshiping the same god as Jonah. So they're all crying out to their local gods.
Yeah.
All right. So far we have, let's see. So I'm going to start back up at and on the sea, the Lord caused a great wind to occur. And it stormed at sea. And they expected that the ship would break. And he feared the crew, and they all screamed out to their lords. Okay. Let's get the next line. I'll read it out once, and then we'll see if you can go through it for pronunciation, and then we'll start translating. Edge chachvad tishmoch mech dochme et ngashboch duj wod.
That one seems hard.
Yeah.
Edge chachvad.
Not chach, chach.
Chach. Oh, right. Chachvad. No. What's the T-I-S?
Tish.
Tish. Tish moch mech.
Mhm.
Dosh me
Mm-hmm.
eh. Me eh. Na
Nah.
no. Oh, it is just nosh.
No, not nah.
Bo.
It's nash. Oh.
Nosh bo.
Nash, like king, except the part starts at the beginning. Nash bo.
Oh, nga.
Yeah. Nash.
Nga. Ngash
Yep.
bo.
Nash bo.
Bo.
Yeah.
Dudge.
Dooge. Dooge. It's never dudge. It's
Whoa.
dooge.
Dudge.
Wode. Okay. So, we got edge. We know that one. That's just and. So, edge chachvad. Now we've seen chach and vad before.
Right.
And we know that vad is 2 or 4, and chach is they.
Yeah.
So chachvad is
For they?
them, probably.
Sure.
Okay. So now we need tish moch mech. So the first syllable there, tish, is going to be the root of a verb.
Oh, be lightweight.
Okay. So then moch is a suffix. We've already seen it before.
Right.
Which one is it?
That's the cause.
Right. So it's a causative. So it means it. So be light is a stative verb, right? It can't take like an object, right? You can just say this is light, but you can't say I liked this. I liked this pen, right? Like I make this pen light. You can say I make this pen light, right? So that's moch. So it's light. It's like lighten. And then mech, we've already seen that one before too.
Which one? M-E-H.
Yep.
Now, is this being a suffix right now?
Mm-hmm. See how it's all one.
right.
There's no spaces.
Or,
So it's tish moch mech.
Right. Tish moch mech.
So mech is
Or.
Well, it's for the purposes of in order to. Okay.
Yeah.
So chachvad tish moch mech. So to make for making them lighter, or to make them lighter, for the purpose of making them lighter, something else is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So doch me what's doch?
Well, it says rude, like to be rude.
Well, doch is going to be a noun in this case.
Yeah. Thing.
Yep. So me is a plural suffix for things that can't talk that aren't body parts. So things.
And then it's just apostrophe E apostrophe, right?
Yep. And so that's going to be our topic marker. And we're
Right.
using it because it's going to be the head noun of this subordinate clause, because ngashbor is going to be a verb with bor, which sets this clause apart as a subordinate clause. So we need to know what ngash is.
Which is I gotta find. I'm dumb.
It's just NGAS, with capital S, and this is the first one that comes up when you type in ngash.
N-G-A capital S. Contain.
Yep. So duj is going to be the subject there. So if we just take doch me ngashbo, or so doch me ngashbo. Let me start over. If we just do doch me ngash duj, it means the ship contained things, right? But if we say doch me ngashbo duj, that becomes a subordinate clause, meaning things contained in the ship.
Right.
Or things that the ship contained. And then wod is our main verb.
W-O-D, right? Throw away.
Yep. So, edge chachvad tishmoch mech. So, and in order to make themselves lighter, or to make them lighter,
right,
they threw away things that the ship contained. So basically, they're worried that they might sink. They're going to make the ship lighter, so they're going to throw things out. So
that one's complicated. The grammar of that sentence is really complicated.
It is. Well, that's one of the reasons why I chose something that's not just a learning text. This is one of those. We're throwing you in the fire here. You're going to read some Klingon. It's not easy, but also some Klingon that is easy, right? Like we also had a sentence like bit jev, and it stormed on the ocean. Like, okay, cool, that's easy. That's not a complicated sentence.
I like how Dapper's like, I'm throwing you into the ocean, but you know.
Okay, don't worry about it. You can swim.
I'm throwing you in the fire, but like it could be harder fire.
Could be much hotter fire.
Yeah, it could be
Alright.
more spicy.
So we got let's get one more sentence in, and then we'll start wrapping it up here. So
Okay.
because these two lines are short, we're gonna do them both together. Ach du doktak hier
We're gonna do
Jonah.
one more, except we're doing two.
Well, it's the whole sentence, right? Because it's
Man is lying to me.
edge hot edge doom. So read those two lines. All
What?
right, so I'll read these two lines again, and then you're gonna try to read through them.
Ash.
Ach duj doktak hier Jonah edge hot edge doom.
Okay. Ash. Dude.
Yep, duj.
Dope.
Dope. Dope.
Dope. Yeah, I said dope.
You said dope.
No.
You did.
I'm gonna do ASMR Klingon.
Okay.
Dope. Dash.
Doc.
Doc.
Yep.
Dope. Doc. No, we did this one.
Here.
Rear.
Here.
No, rear. R.
Nope. Well, that's the R sound. Is
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm messing up my R. Rear.
here.
Rear.
Yep.
Rear.
Jonah.
Jonah. Edge. Hot.
Hot. Yep.
Hot.
Hot.
Edge.
It's not hot. It's hot.
Hot. Edge. Dom. Doom.
Yeah. It's never It's always ooh. Doom.
Doom.
All right, so we know ach, right?
Gosh. Yeah, but.
And we did look up
I'm
douche.
gonna remember the butt.
So we looked up douche. Do you remember what douche is?
The ship.
Yes. Edge douche dope doc. So what's dope?
Oh. Side.
Yep. And so we know that doc is our locative. So, and at the side of the ship or to the side of the ship. Here, we already know that one. That was descend.
Descend. So the ship is tipping to the side,
Oh,
basically.
wait, hold on. Is it the ship that's going to the side?
No, it's Jonah's going over to the side of the ship.
Well, he's going to the side of the ship. So he's
Yeah.
descending to the side of the ship.
Descending.
So he was probably in some kind of cabin up in a higher deck or something, and so he's getting up. He's going down to the side of the ship. Edge hot, edge doom. So now we know what edge is. So now we just
Yeah.
need hot.
Which is lie or recline.
Mm-hmm. So and he lied down. Edge doom.
And D-U-M. And napped?
Yep. But so everyone's throwing stuff overboard, right?
Brother,
Everyone's like, quick, toss over
there's
the
a
cargo.
storm going on. The ship is tipping to the side.
Yep.
Everybody's panicking and crying out to their gods and throwing stuff over the side of the ship. And this man climbs up from wherever depth of the ship he was in and lies the down.
Takes a nap.
Takes a nap.
Yep.
Goes to bed. What an asshole.
Well, yeah, that'll come back up later in the story, but we're not going to go into all of it because I've already tortured you quite a lot.
I can only do this for so long because it hurts my voice.
That's fair. That's fair. You can get you do get used to it.
Yeah.
But like, all right. So
I'm not used to it yet.
let's. I'm not going to have you go through this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start back up at the top, and I'm going to read through.
You're not
where we
going to
got
make me
to.
read the whole, like,
No.
semi-paragraph?
No. So, Jonah. Mukhwit Shepram. The translator is Shepram. Amatai puklor rachbo Jonah et hum joch a. The Lord communicated to Jonah, who was the son of Amittai, Ejja, and he said, Shuch Yehu, get ready, get up. Ninve dak venting Yehosh, go to Nineveh, to the great city, Ej Ochvad Yijach, and proclaim to them, Jich dak shich putmo mirchach, their evil, because their evil has reached me. Ach doch vo tarshish dak chalmech Jonah. But Jonah got up to flee from the Lord to Tarsus. Ed Yapodak Hir Ed Tarshish Dak Roshbor Duj Etsham. And he went down to Joppa and found a ship going to Tarsus. Ed Huchdaj Dil Ed Joch Atvo Tarshish Dak Chach Tledjmech Och El. And he got in it to so that they could accompany him. Or sorry, I forgot that Eddie paid his money. And he paid his money, and he got in it so that they could accompany him from the Lord to Tarsus. But on the ocean, the Lord caused a great wind to happen. And on the ocean, it stormed. And they worried that the ship would break. And he feared the crew. And everyone cried out to their lords. And they began throwing out the things that were on the ship to lighten themselves, or to lighten them. But Jonah went down to the side of the ship, and lied down, and took a nap. And that's how far we got.
Yay!
We did it, everybody. We did a Klingon paragraph-ish of Jonah.
I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, and also I chose this one because if we wanted to do again, or if you just wanted to look this up on your own, it's not that much longer. It's long-ish, but it's only this long.
Did you give people a link to it in the description?
I don't think I did, but I will now.
You should do that.
You are correct. I should, and I will do that right now.
You want me to put it in the... I have it pulled up myself as well. Because I'm a good student.
Yeah, put it in the
I'll
chat.
Put it in the chat.
I will edit it and add it to the description.
Yahoo!
All right, so...
Look, I'm the right size now. This is what I look like normally.
All right, well, thank you very much, everybody. I hope y'all had fun. If you have questions about Klingon, direct them to Chesh, because she's the expert here.
No. Don't do that.
No? Oh, okay. Oh, wait.
Please.
Maybe they should be directed at me.
You can certainly try to ask me if
Right.
you would like, but
That's fair. So, let's see. Today we went back over pronunciation. You definitely have improved since the first time we did pronunciation.
Yay!
We went through some basic grammar stuff, as well as some advanced grammar stuff, including things like subordinate clauses, where we're putting adverbial stuff at the beginning of the sentence, sentence as object with net and pith. So we went through a lot of stuff. Now, am I expecting you to retain all of this? No. But what it does mean is that the next time that you come across some Klingon, maybe in a captain's log or something, you will be better able to read it, and you might even have a chance of understanding what's in there. So yeah. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wrap this up, and if anyone has questions that you did not get to in the chat, you can send them to me. This is a members-only stream, so if you are here and seeing this, that means that you have access to my Discord server. If you currently are not in the Discord server and you want to change that, here's what you do. Go to your Discord, go to settings. You broke yourself. So yeah, you're gonna go to settings, and then connections under settings. So I'm gonna turn off streamer mode because I'm not actually capturing this. So disable streamer mode. Thanks, Discord. So you go to connections, and in there you're gonna be able to add connections. Basically, you're gonna be able to add different accounts that you have on different platforms. So this includes, you can add Twitter, you can add Steam, you can add YouTube. If you're a member, you want to add the YouTube account that has the membership. And what that will do is it will give you a list of servers at the bottom that you are allowed to join. And one of them will be the Dapper Dino. Join that server. That's how you get access. I will not send out a join link to that server. The only way to join that server is through the connections settings on Discord. And once you're in that server, it will be very easy for you to ask me Klingon questions. Now, do remember, I am a busy dinosaur. I might not be able to get back to you immediately, and even if I read, I might have to put it on the back burner. If it's taking too long, feel free to poke me. All right, Chesh, how you feeling? Tortured?
You know what? I'm doing okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
doing all right. I'm okay. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
I think
What do
you
you
did
mean?
I think you did a good job.
I think I think I did a little bit better than I thought I was going to do.
Mhm.
I feel like I improved just throughout the session.
Oh, you definitely
So
did.
like I feel like I was ending off better than I started.
Mhm.
I think that if I was going to like thoroughly learn the language, I would have to do this like twice a day for like maybe an hour each time.
Well, if
And
you
like
would
you
like
know
to
what
do
I
that,
mean?
I would
Like
suggest just getting the Duolingo lesson Klingon.
yeah, something like that. But like I don't think Duolingo would do it for me on its own.
It
Like
won't.
I don't think I can learn a language just on my own like that. Like I've tried a couple of times on different
Yeah.
stuff and I'm like
Well,
the
hey,
closest I got to that was I I went on Netflix. I found a hack,
okay.
guys.
Oh,
I went on Netflix and I put on an anime and I put the dub in French. So
okay. I like it.
so I was listening to the French dub while reading the English subtitles. And so you can even go a step further if you wanted and turn the subtitles off, listen to it in
Hmm.
French if you've already seen the anime. So if you already know what's happening, you already know what it's supposed to be, you can cheat.
I like it. I like it.
Pretty great.
So if you do want to practice Klingon again, feel free to let me know, and I'm sure I can arrange my schedule to help out with that. If anyone else wants to work on Klingon, in addition to just asking me, there is also on the Top Hats Off server, which I can send out invites to because that is not a membership only server. Which is the server for my other channel, Top Hats Off, which is where this stuff is actually going to come up. There is a Klingon help channel. There's there's a Klingon section, and there's a text channel called Klingon-help, and there is a voice channel called Klingon Hol Katmech, which is for Klingon help, or Klingon assistance, stuff like that. So, if you want to join that, that is a good place to connect with other people who are fans of Top Hats Off and who want to learn some Klingon.
in Lexington.
Yeah, in the Lexington. Yeah, or the Kong Z, our current ship.
Yeah. You can shout at us and yell obscenities
Mhm.
in Klingon.
And
Which you never answered, by the way.
Oh, what was the question?
If I was gonna say good God, exasperated.
Oh, I did answer that question. It's Kunkak.
Kunkak.
It's capital Q U N, capital space, capital Q A capital Q.
Kak.
Yeah. So you would say that
Kunkak.
exasperatedly.
I gotta remember that one because I need that.
But remember, the
My ship is
Klingons
filled
killed
with
their gods.
children.
If you do want to hear me speaking a bit more Klingon, there are a few videos in which I do that. One of the best ones is I think it's something titled like Dapper reveals his religion or something, and I think the thumbnail is like Dapper's an atheist, 100% confirmed, in which I tell you that my religion is that I follow the Klingon religion, and that technically that makes me an atheist because the Klingons killed all the gods, so there's none left. That means I don't believe that there are any gods because the Klingons killed all of them.
They're all dead.
Yeah. Get wrecked, gods.
Ah.
But yeah, basically it was an April Fool's video, but
Yeah.
it's pretty much entirely in Klingon. So feel free to go check that out if you want to hear me speaking a whole lot more Klingon. With that though, we're gonna get out of here. Once again, thank you guys. You guys voted for this, so we did it. We are entities of our word. I was gonna say
I'm
like
such a good
men, but that
sport.
doesn't work. You are. You voted for this.
I'm my own worst enemy.
You were like, yes, you voted for it twice. You logged into an alt account just to vote for it again.
I might have actually voted it for 3 times because I'm a manager on Mania's channel.
Fair enough. All right, well, we're gonna get out of here, and as far as what's coming up next, we do not have a game tomorrow because someone already made plans for tomorrow when it was originally going to be our bye week.
No. But yeah, it was originally going to be a bye week, so I
Yep.
made a plan. You know what that plan was? Dump Fic Friday. That's right. Dump Fic Friday.
Oh, it's back.
Ah!
All right. It's a pretty good plan. All right,
It's
so,
fine.
but on Saturday, I'll be back with Kip and Vishanti, hopefully on the new computer, but maybe not. It might be on this computer, depending on how much I get done with the new computer and when it gets here and everything.
Yeah, you gotta test it, make sure it's working without totally tearing down the one that you have.
Right.
Because you don't want to accidentally hurt yourself.
Exactly. So
if
basically,
you get messed up, let me know. I will try to help.
okay. So basically, what I'm going to do tomorrow, or maybe late tonight, depending on when the computer gets here, is I'm going to plug in the new computer, plug in all the peripherals I have that I need it to go on, and see if I can do a test stream and see if I can get all my OBS settings the way I want them and all that stuff. If I can't, then I'm going to unplug that computer and plug back in this computer and use it for Saturday, and then work on the new computer over the weekend. But anyway, bye everybody. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to stop rambling. Hey, before you leave, I just want to take a second to thank my patrons and channel members, especially those pledging $20 or above. Ben Tovend, Ferrevara, Tapioca Weasel, Whispers, Max Cherry, North Texas Fossils, John Ackerman, Elleron Teller, Ian Chen, Kelvin Brostig von Mennen, Landon Knoll, Mabbity Babbity, Sphincter of Doom, and Volus. It's because of my channel members and patrons whom you're seeing on screen that this channel can stay afloat. Without you, it would all shut down. If you want to join the team, there's a link to join the channel below this video, and there's a link to join the Patreon in the description. On the Patreon, you can get a 10% discount for pledging annually, and either way, you get early access to virtually all of my scripted videos, often 3 to 5 months before they come out for the general public. Thanks for watching.